In the currency quadrant, taking a look at a very big range in the March British pound. For the second session, the British pound opened higher but could not hold its bid. After a string of 5 consecutive down sessions, the British pound had 2 consecutive sessions with a gap open higher, moving toward new highs for that particular day, and then a big sell-off from those highs. It happened yesterday with the open being plus 0.2%, the high being plus a little bit more than the third of 1%, but then the close was down 0.1% after dropping midday all the way to down 0.6%. Today, the high 123.03 was up 0.9%. The low 121.56 was down 0.3%, and we're ending the day positive 0.14%, but obviously well below the open that we got as we reached the New York close, still up 0.1% from yesterday's close, but down from today's open. UK data, part of the reason UK CPI came in weaker than expectations, but mixed compared to the previous month's data. Starting with month over month, their CPI figure came in at plus 0.3% versus the expectation of plus 0.4, but a last read of only plus 0.1. Year over year, the data came out at plus 2.5% versus expectations of plus 2.6%, which matched last month's read of plus 2.6%. That's what I mean by the data was mixed. We also had an early dollar drop in the aggregate with yields falling as well. The dollar started off lower against most majors by about 0.5% or more, but rebounded to mostly unchanged, although it remained negative against the pound, the Canadian dollar, and especially against the yen. Most of this happened after US CPI was milder than expected, and we had that double-digit drop in yields that I talked about, which almost made up for last week's entire gain in US yields. So that put a little bit of pressure on the pound off the highs as well. But again, the pound finished mildly positive on the New York session.